Hey everybody, welcome back for part 2 of episode 48 of Round the Twist. We are in the middle of talking about what's on the wheel, which is also including all of my Tour de Fleece stuff. If you remember, my goal was just to do something spinning related every day. Not necessarily spin, but fiber prep, yada yada yada. So far, I have kept up with that. However, okay, so I'm doing Millie's Fleece, right? Flick carding Millie's Fleece, and then whenever Dad gets down here to help me crank on the drum carder, we put it through there. This is the box of fleece. Every night for probably the last 6 nights, I have been sitting and watching movies and flick carding. The box isn't getting any smaller. I honestly think there's some kind of anomaly at the bottom of this box that is causing the fleece to just continue to multiply. It's like when you think you're almost to the end of a ball of yarn, and you're like, oh yeah, it'll only take like 2 more rows. And 20 rows later, the ball of yarn is the same stinking size. That's the thing with this fleece. I have carded, hang on, all of this. And the box of fleece has not gone down any. I don't get it, but all of this, my parents are coming to visit this weekend, so I'm going to set Dad to work at the drum carder, and we're going to power through that and as much of the unflicked stuff as we can, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Get through that. Sit down tonight. I have season 1 of Robin Hood from, I think it was on Sci-Fi, if I remember right. I don't know. My friend Sarah, the one that I've been knitting socks for, that shelled out her 2 pairs, so I really need to get to work and knit her another pair. The one that I knit the pretty thing cowl for Christmas too. Yeah, she's one of my really good friends, was a roommate of mine in college. She recommended this Robin Hood to me and has been bugging me to try to watch it for, I can't tell you, at least 6 months, maybe longer. So it finally made it to the top of my Netflix queue. I have the first 2 discs here, so I think that's going to be my flick carding companion tonight, is this new Robin Hood. We'll see how I like it. I'll let you guys know next week how it goes. It's still on spinning. I think the next thing I'm going to spin is going to be the other half. Okay, my friend Kara and I are doing, I know I've talked about this, are doing that whole trading fiber back and forth. When we have 8 ounces of fiber, we're either spinning the whole thing and then splitting how much we get out of it, like dividing the yarn evenly between us, or just splitting the fiber, and she spins 4 ounces, I spin 4 ounces. That's what we do with blue suede shoes. And I know she, on the thread from last week, she posted the picture of her finished blue suede shoes, and now we just have to get together so we can do a side-by-side comparison. But this is what she gave me in exchange for half of my blue suede shoes. It is Enchanted Knoll Farm, their hand-dyed superwash merino roving in Sedona. Blues and greens and brown, and it's pretty. And I know she's already finished spinning this, because she spun hers before she started the blue suede shoes. Yes, I know she's faster than me. I don't care. But this is going to be the next thing to go on the wheel. Do another 3-ply out of it, and we'll see what kind of yardage I get out of something that isn't Crown Mountain. So that's going to be coming up. You'll be seeing that spun at some point in the near future. And obviously, once I get Millie's Fleece all carded, I'm going to split the bats that I have already, divide them up, run them through the carder again to blend them quite a bit. Because I'm hitting the darker section of the fleece, and I want to blend it all together so it's a little more uniform. And then hopefully when I'm on vacation at the end of July, over at a cabin in southeast Iowa, yeah, there's nothing over there, but that's good. No distractions. I'll hopefully be able to spin on Millie's Fleece. And that leads me to a new section, because I couldn't figure out where all this stuff could go in. I'm going to call it Various and Sundry. Various and Sundry items that I don't know where else they fit, so they go into their own little extra area. Can I say, I know I've said it before, but the Loopy U rocks. Sherry and the Elves are just awesome. I had a $50 credit over there from when I was down there for Spring Fling. And from where it had built up before Spring Fling. But I went on there because I was like, you know what? All these hexagons that I'm doing here need to be joined somehow. And I know I talked to you guys ages ago about how I was going to use black yarn to join them together and make it look kind of stained glassy, like single crochet between them to join them together. We'll see. I don't know. It looks beautiful in my head. So Sherry had told us at Spring Fling that the new Loopy line, the Solid series, was coming out, and they were going to have over 90 colors and everything. So I went on there and I ordered 3 skeins of black. Plus I ordered some soak because I was out of pretty much all my soak. And I can't remember what else I ordered. I think these come in 220 yards. They're $10.50, I believe, a piece. And it's the same base as Dream in Color Smooshie. So it's that lovely, lovely, it's black, I'm sorry, you can't really see that well, but it's that lovely, lovely squishy base that Dream in Color Smooshie, their fingering weight, has. So I got 3 skeins of that, and that'll get me started, and hopefully I can start joining some of these hexagons together soon. But from the time I placed my order at like 3 in the morning, a day and a half later, so not that day, so like if I ordered at 3 a.m. on Thursday, by 3 p.m. on Friday, I had my order in my hands. That's amazing, especially considering it's all through the U.S. Postal Service, which can be slow as molasses sometimes. But yeah, Sherry, you and the elves rock. Love you guys. That was fabulous. And then I have a sad. My Vesper socks that I knit, partially, I knit one before I went to the Spring Fling, and then another one while I was at Spring Fling, the one I did the Afterthought heel on, and they were so beautiful. I washed them and they bled. They were originally white, gray, green, and that lovely dark blue. I put them in the sink to do a little hand wash, with some wool wash, and they bled. The blue bled onto everything. So I'm still going to wear them, but I'm kind of disappointed in that. I wasn't terribly, I love the striping factor. I know other people's Vespers have not bled, but if you have the Starfighter colorway, which was from the club, I don't know, it was from last year or whatever. I got this from someone's D-stash. Throw them in with some vinegar in the water first before you do a wool wash. For the love of Pete, do not throw them in your laundry before you soak them in the sink. Otherwise, your stuff might turn blue. Sad. Sadness. But what can you do? Nothing I can do to control it. They're still going to be good socks. Oh, and one more thing. Tara from the Dying Arts, who I know I've talked about, she's part of my knitting guild, and she gave a bunch of us samples of what's going to be 2 of her new, or what could potentially be her new fingering weights. This is sample A. It's a little bit nubblier. It's a 2-ply. This is sample B. To me, it looks thinner, but it's actually a 3-ply. So, and I haven't started knitting with sample B yet. Sample A, I knit a little fingerless knit out of. I haven't put the thumb on it yet, but I wanted something that I could wear around and beat up on and abuse for her to show her let her know how it wears. I love the 2-ply sample A. It's very squishy. It actually reminded me a lot of Socks That Rock, even though I know Socks That Rock is a 3-ply. Feels very sturdy, knit up. I just did 64 stitches on US 2s, the 2.75 millimeter needles, and that's coming along great. I'll put the thumb on it, and I'll start with B, and I might have that to show you for next week. Oh, goodness. Well, I think we made it through everything. Grab one more drink of coffee. And I'll tell you guys to have a good week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. And until then, happy knitting. Bye.